Yeah, huh?
Oh. Okay, I'm back. Solved the widget problem. Yes, these widgets seem to have problems, and the audio just disappears on you from time to time. Some don't get the video. All right, this week's assignment is how do you see virtual reality in 10 years, and how do you what can you add to it to make it to help it get there? I'm out of breath. She's got 3 flights of stairs. I'm out of breath. So how can you contribute to getting to the virtual reality in 10 years? 3,000 words or less. We'll give it 2 weeks. There'll be a few lessons in between, and I'll give it to Marissa so I can catch my breath.
We need controllable playlists, says Lord White Tiger.
Lord White Tiger wants control. Lord White Tiger would like to see control. I hope you people can hear me. Controllable playlists. I believe that it would be nice to have a thing called constructing albums. Be able to upload files into albums, and then from the albums, create playlists that would become compilations. I think that's the best way to handle that. However, to get other people to agree and actually execute it may take some time. Okay, we got a good question from underscore Tay regarding the responsibility of fraud issues and people, the owner, business let's have people, let's see, equipment to handle those legal issues. Yeah, I agree with that. I've put forward questions to the platform principals on liabilities, is the way I write it. And I addressed it to all of them, and unfortunately so far I haven't really gotten sufficient answers back from the principals and the investors as to my questions on liabilities. So at this time I really don't have an answer for that. I would assume that if you buy the license for a particular platform and you've got it on a server, then you're liable for what occurs on that server. And you probably have to get some sort of insurance for it. I would think that if you're in a service codependent product structure, then it would be the service end, I think, that would take care of that, because that's part of the service codependent thing. And if you could become there's another product model that's called service dependent, and in service dependent, I would assume. As I think about this, I would think that in service dependent, both parties are liable. But these kinds of questions really have to be addressed to attorneys. I'm probably the wrong person to ask. I have put these questions to the platform principals and investors. I didn't get an answer back. That's the best answer I can give at this time.
What forms of support is MarSayHarrington providing post-launch of Worlds?
Forms of support. Forms of support. I assume that means customer support. Based on the fact that we've pretty much agreed on what platform that we're going to be using to launch these things, we are supporting that platform pretty much the same as the platform's own support team, only by virtue of the fact that we have to. This thing has to work, and we need the customers to be happy, and a composite product has to work that way. So we have to all work together as a team, so we're supporting it as best we can. Of course, we need the cooperation of the platform engineers and that sort of thing, which we've got to some degree. And we have to actually, considering some of the problems that happened over the past week or so, I have to personally compliment the management and whatnot and engineering for corrective actions and basically the things they had to dance and sing about to get certain problems solved, and they were very, very clever and creative. So I have to give the platform managers a lot of credit for that.
All right, Neil wants to know, how do you see the use of cell phones, mobile internet users as future customers in the far future?
Okay, well, why don't you repeat that?
How do you see the use of cell phones and mobile internet users as future customers?
Okay, the cell phone technology is emerging in basically a real-time thing. I think it's being launched in Europe. Basically, you'll be able to use your cell phone and broadcast right from your cell phone, or actually have telephone calls into the internet and into virtual reality. So this is an emerging technology, along with all these other things that we're doing. So I would have to say it's happening now. The technology is there. It's just a matter of writing widgets.
The next one, I've had from underscore Tay. I've had 3 high-level investors looking into this platform. They are all weary. Will you be providing any more materials to assist in getting investors there?
Okay. Yes. Underscore Tay. I understand the the fear that some investors may have, and we're not in the greatest economy right now, so we're kind of fighting an uphill battle on that, and I understand that. We're going after the bigger investors, and we're doing the best we can to get them in here. One of my problems that in presenting this type of scenario, or product scenario and product model, is to have it to present it in such a way that it has value. And I said in my very first class, here's how to take these pieces and those pieces, put them all together, and constitute it in such a way that it has value. That's what's sellable and investable. We have to have a marketable product. We have to have a viable product. We have to have a robust product. There are so many different elements that these investors look at. So getting investors to do this type of thing is very, very difficult under these conditions, because it's a brand new thing and people are afraid of it. And so we're trying to show them practical applications that can be actually implemented in an industrial manner, and we've already done that. So hopefully this is setting a good example, and hopefully the next time we set the next industrial example, people will take notice and actually start being willing to put up their investment dollars.
With us tonight. When worlds start, can more than one place be put there, like different zones?
Oh, absolutely. When these worlds are in their own form, how you organize it and whatever you do with it, that's up to the owner. A world is a world, and you can set it up in any form you want. So yeah, you can have multiple zones. It's all a matter of, I believe it's a matter of scripting, and you set up these various different zones, and you make the menus to get there. One of the businesses that it's very possible in this that I see is that the engineers that have taken the time to design all of this stuff, in the new worlds that are getting launched, I see a value in purchasing the existing engineering designs. Let's say if you want to build a world and you want this particular design in there, that you go back to the person that actually designed that, whatever it is, and they throw you a price and you buy it and you stick it in your world, rather than having, if you're not a builder or you're not a designer, these things certainly can be made for you. I also see a business outside of the existing platform where they have a designer's world, and you can go to the designers themselves and ask them to build this for you, and then for a price, you would give them the specifications to what you want designed and how you want it built, and they will actually build it for you and hand it to you, and drop it into your world, without you having to do a whole lot, except for you purchase their design time. So I see a market in the design time of the existing engineering, when and if they ever have time for that, which is probably very questionable at this point.
Underscore Tay has a question. Asks, currently Kaniva only supports Windows-based systems. Who would be responsible for making Kaniva work on Mac and Linux? And is that a future plan?
Actually, Tay, we have a number of people that are running the platform on a Mac, and it's via an emulator. There's a Windows emulator out there for the Macs, and the new Power Macs also will run all Windows applications directly with no emulator. So the technology is coming out for the Mac. As far as the Linux platform is concerned, I think again you're looking at an emulator situation like the Mac, and I believe it's possible now I would have to look into that. We personally don't have Linux, but we do know for a fact that Macintosh is running Kniva via an emulator. I think some of our test platforms are out in California.